The most effective single exercise for improving your balance after the age of 70. Plus 3 extra exercises to keep you strong and steady. Old. Were you aware that even a single workout can prevent you from potentially dangerous falls after the age of 70? The ability to maintain our equilibrium is more than just a physical skill as we get older. We are able to establish our safety, freedom, and daily confidence on the basis of this foundation. The fact that even a minor movement in your footing can lead to life-altering repercussions is the reason why strengthening your balance is not merely a good idea beyond the age of 70. Yes, that is necessary, but here comes the bit that was unexpected. It is not necessary to begin with a lengthy list of exercises or to enroll in pricey classes. In certain situations, a straightforward action can prove to be more beneficial than a sophisticated process. In this video, we are going to demonstrate the most effective single exercise for improving your balance after the age of 70, as well as 3 more motions that, when performed together, will safeguard your body, maintain your posture, and make you feel stronger when you are standing. This is for you if you have ever observed that you wobble when you put on your shoes or if you have ever hesitated to walk on uneven ground. Mainly due to the fact that improved balance not only helps you to remain upright, but it also enables you to enjoy life without fear preventing you from doing so. Be sure to listen to the very end because these 4 exercises, particularly the first one, are not only useful but also extremely powerful. You will not only have a better understanding of how balance works by the time you have finished viewing, but you will also have the skills to improve it right from the comfort of your own living room. If you are someone who believes that it is too late to make improvements, I strongly encourage you to continue working with me. The information that you are about to hear in the following few minutes has the ability to alter your beliefs on the capabilities of your body at any age. To begin, there is the stand with a single leg. When you stand on one leg, you exude a type of power that beyond words. To put that another way, if it seems easy, that is because it is. However, do not let its apparent simplicity deceive you. One of the most effective strategies to enhance your balance after the age of 70 is to perform this one exercise with concentration and consistency. It is possible to train your brain, your ankles, your hips, and your core all at the same time by performing the single leg stand. Not only does it help develop the stabilizer muscles that keep you steady, but it also improves your coordination and teaches your body how to stay aligned, even when things feel a little wobbly, due to the fact that it is a reflection of real life. This practice is quite beneficial. Consider the frequency with which we transfer our weight when we use activities such as walking, dressing, or stepping off a curb. Every one of these activities requires the same balance skills that are improved by standing on one leg without using the other. When you practice standing on one leg, you are developing your body's ability to stop itself before a fall even occurs. That is not merely useful, it is crucial to one's survival. In order to get started with this exercise, you should begin by standing close to a solid surface, such as the back of a heavy chair or the kitchen counter. Put your weight on one leg and pull the other leg up only a few inches off the ground. Do this while maintaining a gentle lift. Hold for as long as it is comfortable for you, whether that be 10 seconds, 20, or even 30. There is no problem with you touching the counter if you feel the urge to do so. This is not a test of our physical prowess. The opportunity to re-establish the link between your muscles and your thoughts is presented to you in the form of a conversation with your body. This should be done once on each side, and then repeated 2 or 3 times. You can add a variation to your workout as your strength increases, such as closing your eyes for a few seconds or lifting your arms to the side. But you should only do this when you feel strong enough to do so. It is not the objective to test your limitations, rather, it is to gradually expand them while exercising caution and patience. The wonderful thing about this action is that it does not call for any specialized apparatus, a gym membership, or more time. You may do it while you are waiting in line, while you are brushing your teeth, or while you are waiting for the microwave. Eventually, the seemingly insignificant enhancements will become apparent. You find that your steps grow more solid, your turns become more fluid, and your sense of equilibrium becomes something that you no longer begin to question. It simply functions in the same way that it did in the past. It is more than just a balance exercise to perform the single leg stand. It is a silent promise that you make to yourself every day that your body continues to listen, continues to adapt, and continues to have the strength to offer. It is not necessary for you to move mountains. The only thing you need to do is elevate one foot and have faith that with each repetition, you are rewriting the way that your body moves through the world. That, in and of itself, constitutes a victory. 2. The heel-to-toe walk is the second one. In the event that you have ever attempted to walk down a small curb or to balance on a drawn line in a park, you have unwittingly executed a variation of one of the most effective exercises for improving coordination and balance. Walk from the heel to the toe. Although it may appear to be uncomplicated or even playful, this slow and deliberate movement is actually training your brain to remain in sync with your feet. It improves your spatial awareness, develops the muscles between your ankles and hips, and forces your posture to align, all of which play a significant part in preventing falls and ensuring smooth mobility. It is because this exercise imitates the natural action of walking that it is so effective. Nevertheless, it is performed in a slow motion. When you slow down the process, your body will become more conscious of the mechanics that are working within it. As time goes on, you start to become aware of whether your weight is shifting too far forward or whether the placement of your feet is somewhat altered. It is essential to be aware of this. We don't necessarily experience a decline in strength as we become older. Our coordination is impaired. By doing so, you are able to train it to return. Imagine a person like Robert, a former postal worker who is now 77 years old and who has always taken great satisfaction in his extremely quick walking pace. However, following a small fall on the stairs leading up to his porch, he began to move with greater caution. As part of his rehabilitation, his physician recommended that he perform the heel-to-toe walk. Initially, Robert would do it in the hallway first thing in the morning, taking only a few steps at a time. It was not just the increase in his stability that struck him the most, it was also the return of his confidence that he found most surprising. It was no longer a concern of his that his body may turn against him. Now, he could put his faith in his actions. In order to perform this technique, you need stand tall at the end of a hallway or in a location where you can take at least 10 steps that are forward. As if you were walking on a tightrope, position the heel of your front foot so that it is situated directly in front of the toes of your back foot. Your weight should then be shifted forward, and you should proceed to take the following stride in the same heel-to-toe method. Move slowly while keeping your gaze front rather than downward. Additionally, if you find that doing so helps you maintain your balance, hold your arms slightly out in front of you. If you need support while you walk, it is totally acceptable to stroll alongside a wall or counter until you feel more confident in your balance. Performing this exercise not only helps you become more physically balanced, but it also helps you become more mentally focused, which is a tremendous benefit. Every single movement, every single placement, and every single transition needs to be actively processed by your brain. Moreover, this continuous focus serves to strengthen connections within the nervous system, which in turn helps to prevent slips and blunders that occur in day-to-day life. While there are those who believe that in order for balance exercises to be effective, they must be severe or dramatic, the heel-to-toe walk demonstrates that this is not the case. One of its strengths is that it is straightforward. Over the course of many generations, the gentle and consistent rhythm of putting one foot in front of the other has been a representation of forward movement. Furthermore, in this scenario, it transforms into a literal path that leads to increased steadiness and strength. You will gradually become aware of more than just improved posture or fewer wobbles as time goes on. Your sense of height, sense of center, and sense of connection to the ground beneath you will all improve. Additionally, as you are walking across a parking lot or navigating the floor of your kitchen. That calm solidity will serve as a reminder of the effort that you have accomplished. There is no need to strive for perfection. It is important to be well prepared. I would appreciate it if you could use the second comment section below to let me know that you are continuing viewing this video and that you are finding these insights to be helpful. I strongly suggest that you subscribe to the channel and activate the bell if you have not already done so. This will ensure that you do not miss any videos. With your assistance, we are able to continue producing high-quality content that will both inform and inspire you. Now, let's proceed with our plans. The third exercise is the sit to stand without using your hands. When you are over the age of 70, one of the most straightforward ways to evaluate your strength and balance is to observe how easily you are able to get up from a chair. The capacity to pick yourself up from a seated position without making use of your hands is a powerful measure of lower body power. Despite the fact that it may sound like an easy task, the control and stability of the core. As a result, the sit-to-stand exercise is performed without the use of hands. In order to maintain your independence and self-assurance in your movements, one of the most crucial habits you can develop is to support yourself. Count the number of times you get up from sitting to standing throughout the day, such as when you get up from the couch, when you get up from the dinner table, or when you get out of the car. These routine activities require a combination of balance, strength, and coordination in order to be performed well. If any of those are weak, there is an increased likelihood of strain or falling that will occur. However, with repeated practice, this straightforward motion not only becomes safer but also more fluid. The smoothness of your life is what makes your day-to-day activities more manageable. As an example, let's consider the case of Marlene, a woman who was 74 years old, lived by herself, and had just recently started avoiding different social occasions. She did not dislike the company, rather, she feared having to get up from low chairs. This was not because she did not love the company. Experiencing the battle caused her to feel ashamed. But rather than accepting that discomfort, she started doing sit-to-stand exercises at home every morning. She eventually became accustomed to them. There are only 5 repetitions every day. There is no hurry, and there is no pressure. Her legs began to feel stronger after only a few weeks had passed. Within a couple of months, she became aware that she was able to rise with greater ease. Not only at home, but in any other location. Using a chair that is stable and does not slip is the first step in performing this exercise correctly. Place your feet flat on the floor and shoulder-width apart while you sit in an upright position near the edge of the seat. Alternatively, you might hold your arms out in front of you or cross them over your chest. After that, ensure that your chest is elevated and that your back is straight as you gently stand up while pressing your feet into the ground. As soon as you are completely upright, slowly and carefully lower yourself back down. It is important to avoid falling into the seat or using momentum to get up. The goal is not speed but rather consistent strength. There is no need to worry about the fact that you might only be able to complete 2 or 3 at first. Not a single number is involved in this activity. Function is the focus here. And as you continue to do this, you will see that your muscles are responding. Your core, thighs, and glutes will become more engaged as a result of this. You will require less effort to move from sitting to standing than you would otherwise. Whether you are reaching for something across the table or standing up to greet a guest, you will feel more secure in your actions. Your body will also learn how to deal with pressure shifts as a result of this activity. Your center of gravity shifts, depending on whether you are rising or falling. Your nervous system will become more accustomed to those shifts if you practice this, which will reduce the likelihood that you will experience dizziness or imbalance. The fact that it is something that you are already doing on a daily basis makes it simple to turn it into a conscious habit that you can easily keep up. There is a sense of empowerment that comes from reclaiming ease in actions that are relatively minor. The goal is not to perform extreme workouts or to attempt to rewind the hands of time. Moving with intention, developing faith in your body, and reminding yourself that strength is still within your reach are all important aspects of this training. Every time you get up from a chair without assistance, you are demonstrating that you are capable of doing so and that your body is still operating in your favor rather than contrary to your will. The fourth action is the marching in place while standing. The act of marching in place might not appear to be very significant at first glance. However, when done with intention, it becomes one of the most effective ways to keep your body coordinated, strong, and attentive through the use of physical activity. Rhythm, posture, and mobility are all brought together in one straightforward action to create a balanced dance. Moreover, it is especially beneficial for senior citizens who wish to maintain an active lifestyle without putting undue strain on their joints. Performing a marching motion in place helps to develop your hips, engage your core, and stimulate the connection that occurs between your muscles and your brain. Additionally, and perhaps most crucially, it assists you in preserving the upright confidence that enables you to walk with ease. When we get older, our steps tend to become more cautious, slower, and smaller than they were once. That makes perfect sense. On the other hand, we frequently fail to recognize the extent to which these shifts influence our equilibrium. When you shorten your stride and reduce the movement of your hips, your posture starts to shift, which significantly increases the likelihood that you may fall. In order to reverse this development, standing marching is helpful. Retraining your body to move with strength and coordination can be accomplished by initially elevating one knee at a time and then maintaining your balance in between each repetition. If you want to remind your legs of the rhythm they used to have, this is a gentle but powerful way to do so. Take, for example, Walter, who is 79 years old. Following the completion of his recovery from a knee injury, he became aware that his walking had become stiff. There was no longer any swinging of his arms. He stayed away from difficult terrain. While he was watching television, his daughter advised that he try something called marching in place during the commercials. It was absurd to him, but he decided to give it a shot nonetheless. Within a fortnight, he saw an increase in the amount of vitality in his stride. In less than a month, he was walking with a greater sense of rhythm, fluidity, and a significant reduction in hesitancy. In order to initiate this action, you need stand tall next to a strong chair or counter. After carefully lifting your right knee and holding it for a moment, you should then put your foot back down and lift your left knee first. Move back and forth in a rhythm that is similar to that of a light march. When you initially begin, you can either keep your hands lightly resting on a surface or stretch them forward to assist with maintaining your balance. You can count your steps or even exercise to music if you find that doing so is helpful. Whatever it is that gives the rhythm a sense of permanence and naturalness. Please do not be concerned about the height of your knees. The control is what is important, not the height. It is possible that as time passes and your hips and thighs become stronger, you will notice that your knees are rising slightly higher and that your posture is becoming more upright. That is a step forward. Additionally, the more constant you are, the more natural this movement will appear to be. You should do this not only when you are marching, but also when you are going down the street, ascending stairs, or turning swiftly when someone speaks your name. Your mental alertness will also improve as a result of this workout. Keeping your reflexes sharp and your focus steady requires you to use more of your brain, which can be accomplished through coordinated movement between your upper and lower body. Something like that is one of the many wonderful aspects of marching. The intellect and the body are both stimulated by it. I would appreciate it if you could use the fourth comment section below to let me know that you are continuing viewing this video and that you are finding these insights to be helpful. I strongly suggest that you subscribe to the channel and activate the bell if you have not already done so. This will ensure that you do not miss any videos. With your assistance, we are able to continue producing high-quality content that will both inform and inspire you. Now, let's proceed with our plans. Lastly, some thoughts. After we have completed each of these 4 straightforward yet effective exercises, please take a moment to reflect on what you have learned. What was it that took you by surprise the most? The effectiveness of something as simple as standing on one leg or the gradual building of strength that occurred as a result of walking in place was the source of success. If you want to regain your equilibrium, you don't need to engage in complicated exercises or spend a lot of time at the gym. Consistency and awareness are what you need, along with the confidence that your body can still progress, since improvements are possible. Additionally, it begins with taking one baby step at a time. Striking a balance is about more than just avoiding falling. It is about walking with self-assurance, strolling through the house without any hesitance, and picking something up from the floor without any dread. You are recovering your freedom. The freedom to move, the freedom to go wherever you like, and the freedom to accept invitations without worrying about whether or not your body can keep up with you. Movements are not the only component of these 4 workouts. They are instruments that will assist you in regaining confidence in your footing. Try not to be fooled by the apparent simplicity. When performed on a daily basis, even minimal movements can result in significant alterations. You should consider each one to be a present to your future self. By doing things like lifting your leg, getting up from a chair without assistance, or taking steps that are intentional from your heel to your toe, you are making an investment in a future that will feel more robust, stable, and secure. We are not in a hurry. No need to worry. There is only the gradual and unobtrusive advancement that occurs when you come to the realization that your health is still important and that it is never too late to make a difference. Although these motions may not appear to be momentous, the impact that they have over the course of time is significant. Also, you have earned the right to experience that power for yourself. We appreciate you being here with us today. It would be wonderful if you could get in touch with us. Please leave a comment below and tell us about one item you discovered today and how you intend to put it to use in your life right now. We place a high value on your opinions, so please do not be reluctant to share them with us. Our inspiration and encouragement are greatly increased as a result of reading your remarks. I would appreciate it if you would like, subscribe, and share this video if you found it to be informative and enjoyable. With your assistance, we are able to continue producing high-quality content that will both inform and inspire you. We appreciate you taking the time to watch, and we hope to see you in the future video.